Greetings everyone, and great here with another HPower's 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the top left side as the red Malians, we have Inscale. Oops, and let's do that. And spawn on the bottom right side as the Cyan Franks, we have ZARC. And since arena, let's go and just go to times 3, because likely we won't see any early aggression anytime soon. Let's cover each player's civilization bonuses. Malians, infantry civilization, buildings cost 50% less wood. Barrack units get +1 pierce armor starting in the feudal age. Very, very useful. Village drop off 10% more gold. You know as well, they don't get garrisons, so per age, so it does get additional armor from garrison, but still maintain supply. And drop off 10% more gold is actually incredibly powerful on an arena map where gold can be very limited very quickly. Unique unit Gabedo, a fast-moving, knife-wielding, melee damage, range infantry unit. Unique tech, Tigwells. Townspeople can fire arrows on garrison. Very worthless. Fombia. Cavalry gets +5 attack. Universities work 80% faster. Both of them feudal age there. Don't see... I see a reserve of resources in here. Franks. Cavalry civilization, which we do are seeing some cavalry on the field. Both players now castle age. Castles cost 25% less, very useful on the arena map. Cavalry gets 20% more hit points in feudal age. Don't get bloodlines, but that does basically replace bloodlines. More so. Middle technologies are free, very handy, and warriors work 50% faster, so you can collect the berries very quickly. Unique tech units, throwing axemen, heavier hitting ranged melee infantry. Unique tech, greater axe, +1 through throwing axemen range. So throwing axemen is going to be much more useful versus Malians than other ranged units, because the fact they get a lot of pierce armor on their barracks units. So that could be very useful going for throwing axemen. Surely, stables work 40% faster, and knights get +2 line sight, able a bit more self-spotting. Now we got the relic game. Let's see, Science pull out his monastery, Red's pull out monastery. There's a first red monk out in the field. There's Science monk there. If you take a quick look at relic placement, this one is trying to be claimed by Cyan, had a bit of trouble. This one's pretty safe for Cyan, this is safer for Red. Those other two seem more contestable, so looks like the relic placement's a bit better for Cyan. Light cavalry engaging with light cavalry, of course. Blue has an inherent advantage since his light cavalry do have a bit more health. Being have 72 health versus opponent's just 60 health at the moment. Oops, wrong button there. Malians can get bloodlines. He has not gotten bloodlines there. Cyan's claimed 1 relic now. Red has not claimed relic. The last 4 relics are right here. An exotic doggo. His scouts are a bit wounded. He could use using as a monk here, just gets a bit of healing there, never hurts. Well, the opposite, it hurts. Trying to go for conversion there. He deletes his unit before. He did not want to lose that light cavalry. He potentially could have took out the monk there, but he decides to delete his own unit just to be safe. He was not happy with that engagement. Gets some much needed healing over here. Red's currently has another scout deployed out in the field. Cyan does have a slight village advantage as well. What is blue going for? Mixing spearmen would not hurt, help secure some field control. Does heal up all these light cavalry here. These 3 light cavalry, a little bit wounded. May as well. Ranks are a little bit more healthy. Or in this one, it's 71 health out of 72. But of course, that still will allow him to withstand another hit, because opponent will do 7 damage versus 0 hack armor. It will cause it so it will take 10 hits or 11 hits to get a kill, and that'll still be 11 hits. Need to be down to 70, so it'll be 1 less hit. Does claim this relic there, very nice. Relic has claimed 1, Cyan's now soon to claim 2. Our red monk here, chasing down these monks is very important. He got that monk there who's actually already wounded. Does he got both these monks, very nice. Science monk does get a conversion there, very nice. Does take out the monk in return, and Cyan has maintained the central feudal control. Red is going for camel riders now. Trying to go for more of a counter unit. Cyan has 1 monk out on the field at the moment. Red is trying to pull out another one. Cyan's trying to pull out another one. Camels could be overwhelmed. They're of course a counter unit to cavalry. And now Science going for additional 2 town centers. That will put them to 4 town centers. Red right now will soon have 4 as well. So both maintaining good town center villager production, hopefully. Of course, Malians will have better gold income, while the Franks will, of course, have better food income. Not necessarily better food income. Mill technology is free, so it'll be up and going quicker. They can go up the crop rotation, while Red can't get up the crop rotation as well. Red may want, or not Red, Yellow may want to go for some early castles. These castles are cheaper, and start trying to claim up the central gold, maybe right around here. Try to claim the stone and the gold at the same time. There's a good number of gold deposits here, but I think both players should start eyeing for the central gold as soon as they can. If you take a look at the map here, we've got 2 gold deposits here and 1 over here, or 2 over here. So it looks like the gold deposits are a much better place to sign as well. These 2 are much easier to secure, while these 2 are... This one can be easily secure, but this one is contestable. So the Malian bonus will be very important. Red has an outpost here, and since we're both eyeing for mass village production here, Cyan is going to claim more relics. Well, we'll have 4 relics versus 1, which is very, very important. Looks like Cyan is immediately start eyeing to blow out trying to claim up some more wood over here by pulling out limestone walls. But I really think Cyan should really eye to be aggressive for this central deposit. Red is now eyeing for Imperial Age. Cyan has Imperial Age also researching as well, and now getting Loom. And Cyan is now eyeing to deploy out some barracks production. I'm not sure what he's going to be eyeing in the end. You have this castle right there. Not over here, but he will get it built. He does have the area somewhat secure. Versus opponent, who is not deploying any military units at the moment. We got 111, 112 versus 114 villagers. And now Cyan's eyeing for a massive amount of production there. Does spot the keep there, takes out one of the halberdiers. Cyan is or Red's now trying to deploy out mass infantry and getting a massive number of hand cannoneers. That's something. Yep. Sorry about that. We do have another castle being plotted up by Cyan here. Very nice. And also, I do hope that Cyan goes for the throwing axeman. I do believe they'll be exceedingly useful in a lot of these engagements, because these pikemen do have good pierce armor. The Malians can get up all of his pierce armor research, so he can give some very resilient melee units to ranged fire. And throwing axeman just feels like it'll fit a very good role there. Plus cavalry plus 5 attack, not going to be useful at the currently. Got these pikemen advance forward. Does get a good kill there. Some of those villagers standing there menacingly. And now Red has well trebuchet there. You may need to get out some bombards in order to hit these trebuchets a little bit safer. Of course, does have chemistry research. He can get bombards. We got paladin research now complete. Now we got the French heavy cav. Trying to gauge these halberdiers. Does have a good number of hand cannoneers. They do have just good damage. Treb war going on, very nice. He's using his trebuchet, getting some good hits there on his opponent's trebuchets. Now the heavy cav is making their advance. We do have a decent number of hand cannoneers here. I guess it converts there onto these paladins. And the gate is open. He does not have any defensive keeps or towers or town centers here. Get some good damage there. Cannoneers doing a good job of getting some good damage there, but it's simply getting overrun by the Frank heavy cav. They have a lot of health that's burning through. We got some more halberdiers moving on the field. Very good. Some of these paladins are not exactly moving around all too well. You have now the Gate now receiving some fire as well. The Paladins slowly being picked apart thanks to all these halberdiers in this region. Sign does have a good number of halberdiers in this region as well, and he only has pikemen at the moment. He can't go higher, right? No, he can't get up any higher than pikemen, so it's halberdier versus pikemen. And Cannoneers will be useful to deal with his opponent's pikemen, or halberdiers. And the gate does go down, but one of the trebuchets have been destroyed by something. Looks like a counter-barraging trebuchet. There's Red's castle here. Getting some good damage there. Preventing these, preventing these, Paladins from charging on in, but they do charge on in. Looks like a trebuchet there. There's probably a knight somewhere up here. I can't see at the moment. Paladins are now going to be hit by these pikemen. Malians can go up to own the Cavalier and does get +5 attack on with potential with their Brombeer, but against the Frankish Paladins, still not exactly a great item. He may just want to eye for more camels. Can go up the heavy camel. Red's now making counterattack there. Got light cavalry now be mixing in. The Franks maybe a bit low on gold. Does have a bit of reserve gold, does also have those relics. Now he's trying to claim these deposits here. Got some mining camps going up. He's claimed the stone and the gold, both important resources there. Red's castle starting to receive quite a bit of fire there. Paladins over there did get cleaned on up. The villager production is 145 to 130. Now I do have some throwing axemen, and now that's what I want to see. He has throwing axemen. Doesn't have elite throwing axemen at the moment. I'm not sure what the elite throwing axemen upgrade provides exactly, but these should be able to hit these units hard. However, he does have to be careful of these hand cannoneers, that's for sure. Franks, how high of onagers can they get? They cannot get siege engineers, but they can get siege engineers, so onager siege engineers generally the minimal of being good Maganel line. And now it's a good number of hand cannoneers here. They do put pulls and everything. They're not as strong as, say, Age of Empire's 4 hand cannoneers, but they do hit hard regardless. As well as being very effective as those throwing axemen. Got a line of archery ranks being put on field, like the Iron for some skirmishers. That'll be useful versus both the pikemen and versus these hand cannoneers. Science going for some bombard cannons there, trying to deal with his opponent's bombard cannons and trebuchets. Nope. Yellow or Science not going for his own hand cannoneers. Finds okay hit there on those. Oh, those hand cannoneers. Ooh, good hit there. I think that was Falconet. You now have these halberdiers advancing forward, trying to poke these bombards. Villagers are going down, so are some of these soldier forces. So Sign actually grab some of these villagers there. Actually, he's sending a lot of villagers on his death. I think he's doing that on purpose. They're not Spanish villagers, but I think he's trying to free up some population there. Now got bombards, now engage each other. This archer range may go down. 25 4 health, that's not a lot. Sign's going for more hand cannoneers of his own. Red has a significant firing line there, but very, very vulnerable to the bombard splash damage. Maintaining good range there. And it's, ooh, Castle received a massive volley there. Does cancel Castle before it goes down, getting a partial refund. Needs to claim up some more of this gold. This gold appears to be untouched. It's been touched a little bit. Hopefully not inappropriately. Cyan's villagers trying to build more forward infrastructure. Cyan has a great amount of infrastructure here. And Red does have a good amount of backline infrastructure there. The Cannoneers push way forward, gains a lot of damage on those villagers, apparently. Plus another archery range there, trying to pull out more archery ranges. I'm not sure what he's trying to do with all these villagers. It's getting more villagers? It seems like his villager count's going up, not down, even though I see so many of them going down. Am I going crazy? Do now have yellow signs going to get some scorpions out. Can he get a heavy scorpion? He can get a heavy scorpion. Doesn't have heavy scorpion at the moment. Interesting option. I like it. Ooh, there's a line of hand cannoneers going down to a bombard. Some of these other units start going down. Red says significant number of hand cannoneers here. Red has a good reserve of wood, small, no food, small reserve of gold. Blue has, Cyan has a small reserve of food, a good reserve of wood, and small reserve of gold. But the longer the game goes on, the better Cyan's going to look with his gold collection, which, that sounds like a great collection right there. Bombards, you have a range of 12, the castle only has a range of 10. Trebuchet is trying to hit those bombards. Overall, I'm not liking how Cyan's been playing this game. He's not touched his gold enough, I would say. Trebuchet's trying to counter barrage there. This bombard's getting some great damage on that trebuchet. He's got that trebuchet there. Hand cannoneers getting some damage onto the bombard, taking it out. Bombard now going to get overrun by these light cavalry. Now he's going to start quickly up that gold there. Red is going to be starting for gold very soon. In fact, he has no gold. Nope, he does have a small amount of gold down here to work with. At least 1,200. Not like a small amount, but an amount that can easily run dry quickly. Trebuchet does go down there. Red overall has been maintaining great kill to death ratio, I believe. Let's see, that's a good tab for that. Actually, Red's been maintaining a lot less kill to death ratio. I guess it's mostly his halberdiers going down as opposed to these hand cannoneers. It's a good damage there. A lot of these paladins are starting to get focused down by these hand cannoneers. Trebuchet's now trying to hit Red's keep or castle there. We got a good number of halberdiers advanced on forward, trying to stop these royal knights. Or pikemen, I should say. Cyan's halberdiers trying to engage, which they will get gunned down quite quickly by these hand cannoneers. Because they're on the castle there. Red's castle will soon go down to these trebuchets. And now the castle does go down. Got these keeps firing away, getting some good damage on him. And Candy is now advancing forward. Of course, these castles in this region, they can't advance too far forward. Trebuchets is now hitting other things. One of the Red's trebuchets does go down. Halberdiers trying to make their way forward. Trebuchets do roll some misses there onto those hand cannoneers. Of course, he's not English, doesn't get the Warwolf research, but does get some splash damage. He does pick off some of those individual hand cannoneers. Red designing for more halberdier or pikeman production, not pulling out more hand cannoneers at the moment. Cyan right now is pulling out a nice little mix of force of light cavalry, pikemen, and as well bombards. Good number of bombards on the build queue. Pikemen and halberdiers engaging away. Light cavalry still trying to charge them forward. Gold deposit here is being denied. That's actually very important as well. With Red's gold deposits just not in good positions. He's able to, Cyan's even been able to deny this deposit there. He's not really touched this gold deposit as I mentioned earlier. But this is going to be a slow victory for Cyan because Red simply does not have the gold. now have some light cavalry now being pulled up by red. I wonder if he has his Fombia attack. Farm Imba. I don't know how to properly pronounce it. Nope, only the +2 attack there. Does not have the final melee attack. Can't get, I should say. Eichmann now closing down in the skirmisher. Skirmishers being pulled upfield to gauge his opponent a bit more cost effectively. Science Bombards could get a good splash damage there on these hand cannoneers if they get closer. Now Science eyeing for another forward castle there. That will be right at the choke point. Trying to pull out some more movement block as well through the archer range. Some of these villagers will go down. Right now, I don't think Cyan actually has ballistics at the moment. Yeah, he does. Just the misses I'm seeing are just incorrect misses. And Cyan's castle does go up. That will provide an immense strong point there for Cyan, able to reach his opponent. Red is another Cyan castle. He's using this cheaper castle discount to push forward castle creep to his opponent's base. These villagers are trying to build it up. More villagers are being used. He's even claiming up this gold right there. How nasty. Castle is 50% complete. Not a whole lot of villagers building at the moment. He can't get treadmill crane. It looks like all these villagers have been interrupted or killed, so that castle is being on hold until it gets more villagers up there. Starting to stream more and more of these pikemen or halberdiers and skirmishers. Red is trying to build any sort of defense he can. Sam trying to get more pikemen. Now he's going to bring in some regular archers, trying to transition to some archers, and that's back to the game now. This is Anna Great saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay.